After the age of 60, a woman's body and mind begin to change in quiet but dangerous ways. And if you are not paying attention, you might lose your health, your memory, and even your joy for life without realizing it. There are things that happen so quietly after 60 that we tend to think they are just part of getting old. But the truth is, these changes are not normal. They are urgent signals from your body, and if you do not listen in time, the consequences could last for the rest of your life. Do you ever feel like your body no longer feels like your own? You may still look fine on the outside, but inside things feel out of sync, sluggish and tired for no clear reason. Have you ever felt like a stranger in your own body? In today's video, we're going to uncover some shocking truths about the silent but dangerous changes women experience after turning 60, from hormones and mental health to intimate health memory, and the gut microbiome, things you may have never heard discussed so openly and completely before. This video is not meant to make you worry. It is a chance for you to understand and begin doing the right things for yourself, because you deserve to live healthy, happy, and connected at any age. Before we dive in, leave a comment down below with a positive affirmation, like a promise to yourself for your health and happiness. I appreciate and love my body every day, or anything else you would like to share. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss powerful insights like this. Let us build a positive space together where every woman can fully understand and take charge of her own body. Now let us get started. 1. Physical changes. After the age of 60, a woman's body no longer functions the way it used to. Things happen slowly and silently, but they are real. From being quick and agile, you might now find your back gets sore more easily. Your knees feel stiff in the morning, and your once speedy hands now move more slowly. These changes are not just natural aging, they are the result of a widespread decline across the systems in your body that have quietly supported you for decades. First is the musculoskeletal system, the bones and joints, which shows the most obvious signs. Estrogen, the hormone that helps protect bone density, drops significantly after menopause. This causes bones to become brittle and more likely to break. A small trip can lead to a broken wrist, and even a light slip can leave you with chronic back pain. Osteoporosis is not just a problem for fragile women, it is a biological reality. But if you adjust your diet in time, stay active, and properly supplement with calcium and vitamin D, you can still walk confidently for many years to come. Next is the cardiovascular system. Your blood vessels start to stiffen. Blood pressure becomes more erratic, and your heart has to work harder to deliver blood to the rest of your body. That fluttery feeling when climbing stairs, or a lightheaded moment when you stand up too fast. These are signs your body needs to rest in a healthier rhythm. With the right foods, regular exercise, and good control over your health markers, your heart can still beat strong and steady every day. Your digestive system also becomes less efficient. Many women after 60 notice they no longer enjoy food the way they used to, feel bloated more easily. Digestion slows down and constipation may become more common. It is not always because of poor eating habits. It often comes from the stomach and intestines not working as well as before. Eating more fiber-rich foods, drinking enough water, and keeping a stable daily routine can make a big difference. Not only your internal organs, but also your senses. The windows through which you connect with the world begin to fade. Your eyesight weakens. You may find it hard to read small text or feel discomfort in bright sunlight. Familiar names sometimes get mixed up, not necessarily because your memory is failing, but because your eyes and ears are not picking up information as clearly. Conditions like cataracts and macular degeneration are common, but can be prevented with proper nutrition and regular eye checkups. Hearing also changes, though it often goes unnoticed. You might begin to lose the ability to hear high-pitched sounds or struggle to follow conversations in noisy places. This is not just tuning out with age, it is the result of nerve cells in the ears slowly losing their ability to carry sound signals. If caught early and managed properly, your hearing and your ability to enjoy meaningful conversations can still be preserved. 2. Emotional changes. Many women over 60 start to experience loneliness in quiet, unexpected ways. They are not blaming their children or holding grudges, but deep down there is a sense of emptiness that is hard to put into words. Family dinners are no longer as full. The laughter of young children is now only a memory. The kids are busy, each living their own lives, and even though you understand that this is just how life goes, it can still leave you feeling like you have been left behind. That kind of loneliness is not loud. It sneaks in on quiet afternoons, when no one calls, on evenings spent alone in front of the television during meals prepared just for one. Many women do not want to burden their children, so they stay silent, bottling up their feelings. But the more those emotions are held, the more likely they are to turn into sadness and even the feeling of becoming invisible. It is not just loneliness. Older adults are also more prone to anxiety and insecurity. When your role in the family shifts from the one who always takes care of others to someone who now just watches you, may start to wonder, am I still useful? If I get sick, who will take care of me? Will my kids think I am a burden? And then there are the little changes in health, a mild pain here, forgetting a word there, that can trigger real fear. These thoughts may linger all day, and they tend to grow heavier at night when the quiet around you becomes a mirror, reflecting all your unspoken worries. That is also why sleep in older adults is rarely as deep or peaceful as it once was. 3. Physiological changes. After menopause, a woman's body enters a phase of major transformation centered around the sharp decline of estrogen, the most important female sex hormone. This is not just a single hormonal shift. It marks the beginning of a chain reaction of physiological changes throughout the entire body, especially in the reproductive system, the bones, and soft tissues. One of the most noticeable physiological changes is vaginal dryness. When estrogen levels drop, the vaginal lining can no longer retain its natural moisture. The epithelial cells become thinner and vaginal discharge significantly decreases, eliminating the protective mucus layer that once kept the area soft and well lubricated during movement or sexual activity. As a result, many women begin to feel dryness, tightness, or mild burning in the vaginal area, especially when sitting for long periods or wearing tight clothing. Over time, this tissue becomes more prone to irritation and infection because the pH environment shifts and the balance of vaginal microbiota is disrupted. The drop in estrogen also leads to a loss of elasticity in both the vagina and vulva. The connective tissue here becomes more fibrous and less flexible, which weakens the pelvic muscles. This can create a feeling of looseness and a lack of firmness, not only affecting intimacy and sexual function, but also increasing the risk of urinary incontinence, uterine prolapse, and bladder prolapse in many older women. In addition, many women over the age of 60 begin to notice changes in their breasts. As estrogen declines, glandular breast tissue gradually shrinks and is replaced by fat, causing the breasts to become softer, sag, and lose their fullness. While this is not a direct health concern, it is a clear physiological sign of hormonal aging. Estrogen also affects blood vessels and the skin. With the drop in hormone levels, the skin becomes thinner, less elastic, drier, and more prone to wrinkles. At the same time, blood vessels lose flexibility, becoming stiffer and less capable of expanding and contracting. This not only impacts blood pressure, but also slows tissue nourishment and repair. As a result, many parts of the body, especially the pelvic organs, become more susceptible to inflammation and slower healing. On top of that, urinary function also changes significantly. The lining of the urethra, which depends largely on estrogen to stay thick and protected, begins to thin out. This makes the urethra more sensitive, more prone to infection, and more likely to experience dysfunction. Some women start to experience frequent urination, painful urination, or even urinary leakage, particularly when coughing, laughing, or lifting something heavy. After 60, everyone wants to live healthily, but sometimes it is actually the so-called good habits that quietly cause harm. 1. Eating too little to stay in shape. After the age of 60, concerns about weight led many women to drastically cut back on their food intake to stay slim. They reduce carbohydrates as much as possible, eliminate fats, and even skip meals in hopes of feeling lighter and more agile. However, what many do not realize is that at this stage of life, the body no longer has the same ability to store nutrients and recover like it did in youth. When your nutrition falls short, your body is forced to take from itself just to keep going. The most visible consequences include dry, dull skin, increased hair loss, and brittle nails that break easily. But more seriously, a lack of protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins and minerals can weaken your bones, increasing the risk of severe osteoporosis. What many women do not realize is that after menopause, the body loses estrogen, the hormone that helps maintain bone density, so the need for calcium, vitamin D, and protein is even higher than before. 2. Overusing supplements. At this age, it is only natural to want to stay youthful and healthy, so turning to supplements and vitamins seems like a smart choice. The problem is, many people do not use them based on actual needs or medical advice. They treat them like magical fixes. A friend recommends one pill for glowing skin, another for joint pain, and people rush to buy them without ever checking if their body really needs those nutrients. Taking estrogen, collagen, multivitamins, or other hormones without medical supervision is like filling up a car with gas when you do not even know if the tank is empty or already full. If your body is truly deficient, supplements might help. But if your levels are already fine, extra nutrients become waste that your body has to process, and your liver and kidneys are the first organs to suffer. Over time, this can lead to liver damage, metabolic disorders, or even dangerous side effects if the supplements interact poorly with other medications you are taking. This is especially true for hormonal supplements like estrogen. If taken without proper guidance, they can stimulate the growth of fibroids, increase the risk of breast cancer, or lead to chronic hormonal imbalances. Each body is its own unique ecosystem. What works well for one person might become a burden for someone else. 3. Neglecting pelvic floor exercise. When people talk about staying active after 60, most immediately think of walking, yoga, or swimming. But there is one extremely important area that often gets ignored: the pelvic region. This is not just the area between the belly and the thighs as many assume. It is a system of muscles that supports your reproductive organs, bladder and rectum. It also plays a vital role in urinary control and intimate sensation. When these pelvic muscles are not regularly exercised, especially after menopause, when estrogen levels drop and tissues weaken, they start to atrophy. The effects are not immediate, but they show up in subtle ways: leaking urine when you cough, laugh, or move suddenly; a heavy sensation in your lower abdomen, like something is dropping; reduced sensation during intimacy; or a dull discomfort that lingers for no clear reason. These changes not only affect you physically, but also slowly erode your confidence. They make you avoid closeness with your partner, withdraw from social activities, and even start to feel like you are no longer a complete woman. The good news is, you can fully restore pelvic floor function with just a few simple habits. Kegel exercises tightening and relaxing the pelvic muscles have been proven to produce clear results in just a few weeks. Yoga is another excellent option. It helps improve blood flow, relax tense muscles, and strengthen the connection between the brain and the lower abdomen. And if symptoms have become more serious, you can absolutely consult a pelvic floor therapist to receive safe and personalized guidance. 4. Avoiding gynecological checkups. There is a common but misguided belief that many postmenopausal women tend to hold: "I am not having children anymore, so why should I bother with gynecological checkups?" But in fact, the truth is just the opposite. It is after menopause that the vaginal lining becomes thinner. Natural moisture drops significantly, and the balance of beneficial bacteria is disrupted, all of which create the perfect environment for persistent recurring infections that can even lead to serious complications. Many women overlook small signs like a persistent itch, dryness, or slight pain when sitting for long periods, or unusual discharge. These might be the early signs of vaginal atrophy, cervical polyps, or uterine fibroids. Even more concerning, cervical cancer, often thought of as a disease affecting younger women, can still silently progress in older women, especially those who are no longer sexually active and who skip regular health checkups. What makes postmenopausal illnesses especially dangerous is how quietly they develop. There is often no intense pain, no heavy bleeding, and no obvious symptoms, But by the time they are discovered, it is often too late. Postponing a gynecological exam even once could mean missing the chance for early detection. And sometimes the cost is not just your health, but your life. After everything you have gone through, you might ask yourself, is it too late for me to change? And the answer is, it is absolutely not too late. At 60, taking care of your body is no longer about just getting by or holding on to youth. It becomes a journey of returning to understand, to love, and to nurture yourself more completely than ever before. Your body does not need much, but it does need the right things. It needs to be listened to, supported, and most of all cared for with kindness and awareness. The most lasting recovery always begins from within, from the food you eat, the way you move, and the things you drink every day. Start with the easiest change: eating. But do not eat just to fill your stomach. Eat to find balance. After menopause, the body especially needs foods that support natural hormonal balance, particularly those rich in phytoestrogens, which are plant-based compounds that gently mimic estrogen. They are safe and effective when used regularly. Next is movement. Do not think that exercise has to be intense or make you sweat buckets. At this stage in life, what your body needs most is a gentle reminder that it is still alive, still strong, and still being used. A slow morning walk, a calm yoga session with deep breathing, or just a few simple leg movements while sitting. All of these are enough to awaken your circulation, strengthen your bones, lower your risk of falling, and noticeably improve your mood. Just 3 to 5 sessions per week, each lasting 20 to 30 minutes, can help your body regain rhythm, flexibility, and most importantly, a clear and light mind. And finally, never underestimate the power of water. Many women at this age struggle with dry skin, poor sleep, unexplained fatigue, or even vaginal dryness, without realizing the root cause may be severe dehydration. Try to drink at least 2 liters of water per day, spread out from morning to evening. Do not wait until you feel thirsty. Occasionally add a glass of coconut water, or switch things up with herbal teas like chamomile tea to support better sleep, fennel tea for digestion, raspberry leaf tea to balance hormones, or ginger tea to warm the body and improve circulation. These drinks do more than hydrate. They give you a gentle sense of care and comfort from within. There is also a powerful secret that gynecologists often recommend to support intimate health in postmenopausal women: frozen coconut oil. When made properly through cold pressing, pure coconut oil retains all its valuable nutrients, lauric acid with strong antibacterial properties, vitamin E for cell regeneration, and medium-chain fatty acids that deeply moisturize, reduce inflammation, and repair damaged mucosal tissues. But the magic lies in how it is used. All you need to do is pour the pure coconut oil into small molds like a mini ice cube tray, or silicone mold the size of a vaginal suppository, then place them in the freezer for a few hours until solid. Each night before bed, wash your hands thoroughly, take 1 frozen piece, and gently insert it into the vagina, just as you would with a suppository. While you sleep, the oil slowly melts with your body, heat soaking into the tissue, moisturizing, soothing, and naturally restoring the cells. The recommended routine is to use it nightly for the first 2 weeks, and then maintain with 2 to 3 times per week for long-term support and balance. When used properly, you will start noticing real results. Dryness fades, softness and natural moisture return, and the tissue feels more flexible and healthy. The natural antibacterial properties of coconut oil also help prevent light infections, reduce odor, and lower the risk of recurring yeast or bacterial vaginosis, especially for women with sensitive systems or those who react poorly to medications. But the most beautiful effect is not just physical. It is the emotional connection you re-establish with a part of yourself that may have been ignored for too long. Every time you place that frozen piece of oil at night, you are doing more than care. You are sending a message to your body: I still honor you. I still love you. I have not forgotten you. 60 is not the end. It is the doorway to a new journey. A time when you no longer have to live for others, no longer have to chase expectations, but are finally allowed to return to yourself, slowly, deeply, and with love. Your body has walked with you through all these years. It may no longer be bursting with the energy of your 20s, but it is still quietly sending you messages, just waiting for you to listen. These changes are no longer frightening when you understand them, when you see them, and when you learn to treat yourself with gentleness. You do not need to be young again. What you need is to feel healthy, comfortable, and free in your own body. Every choice you make to care for yourself, from what you eat, how you move, to simply embracing your body each morning when you wake, is a powerful act of self-respect and self-love. Before we close today's video, take a moment to leave a comment as a promise to yourself. For example, I choose to reconnect with my body and love myself more every day, or anything else that helps you feel whole and grounded. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue walking this journey together. A journey of living well, living beautifully, and living truthfully with yourself. Always remember, there are still so many beautiful things ahead of you. And your body, no matter how many years it has carried you, is still worthy of love care and your full attention.